Okay, here we are on the first step in the process for your circuit analysis, and that is to color code your schematic. So I'm going to start off with, I'm just doing this on a paper version. You can do this with a file as well in PowerPoint or some sort of graphics program. I think the paper version works better for me. However you want to do it is fine though. So I'm going to start off with ground, highlighting it green. So you're going to make sure you have a key somewhere so that someone else looking at this will know. So green is going to be ground. Now in this case, there's only one place in the circuit where we have a ground symbol right here. A lot of times you'll have it a number of places. Here, instead, there's a wire drawn all the way around the circuit for ground. So it makes for a little bit messier schematic, but it's pretty easy to understand. So we have one place here marked ground there. And that's really the only indication we have that this is ground. So it might take a while to find that in your circuit. But here's where it is for us. So I'm just going to follow that line and start off just by highlighting that actual line, that connection that is ground, and going up to every component. So there we go. And then it also goes down here. We're not doing this part of the circuit, but I'll go ahead and mark it. And then we're just going to focus on this small portion of the circuit. But here, each case, and in a lot of cases my highlight has already gone up to there, but go up to the bottom or to the connection point of each component. And this is really just to make sure that when you're looking at this, you don't mistakenly think something else is going on. The collector of this transistor is connected to ground. So we'll just do that everywhere. I would do the other parts of the circuit if I was working on them. We're just going to focus on this small portion right now. This up to this capacitor bottom is also ground. And again, all of this is just to help make it easier when you look at the schematic to know what's going on. So now we'll do the same thing for positive voltage. So here we have our power supply, our rectifier. This is a bridge rectifier, even though it's not drawn that way. So up here's our positive voltage on the cathode of these diodes. I'm going to go ahead and draw it through that resistor. You wouldn't have to if you didn't want to. That just helps me bring it from the end of the rectifier. So it definitely goes up here. Goes to this collector, this resistor, this resistor, this resistor, this resistor, another collector, and then to that resistor. And again, I would also do that for the other portions of the circuit if I was doing the entire circuit. And then we also have a negative voltage here that I'll do in blue. Just down here on the anode side of these diodes or the rectifier. And it goes down to a part of the circuit we're not looking at, this op amp. And then also up to this resistor. So that's it. If I'd done every bit of the schematic, it'd take me another minute or so. But this is a fairly quick process. However, it now allows me to look at this much quicker and not have to trace back to ground, for instance, every point, or back to positive voltage every time I go to the schematic. I just automatically can see what's positive voltage, what's negative voltage, and what's ground.